everybody, welcome to the Addydae Designs video blog, episode 25. Woohoo! For all of you who have hung around for 25 full episodes, thank you so much, and thanks again for coming back. And for anyone that's new, this is my visual diary or video diary of what I'm making, designing, and anything I think you might like and I happen to share here. So welcome, I hope you enjoy. As yet again, it's been a little while since my last episode. Apologies, life's gotten a little crazy around here. It is December 13th today. I'm coming to you from Canberra. It's for all the new viewers. It's very hot now. We've had the first taste of summer pretty much in the last few days. I know it's early summer, but last week, last Monday, it was 12 degrees. That's Celsius, which for the beginning of summer is ridiculously cold. And today it's 34. So, you know, nothing like a bit of an extreme. So yeah, it's been busy because we're winding up the school year here. So the girls and I are just finalising a few things with their schooling. Definitely bring on the school holidays at this point. We're all very keen for the school holidays to start. Yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, I just think it's the end of year thing where you just want to wrap things up and get them done. So been pretty busy, but I have a lot to show you today. A bit excited about some of the things I have to share. So let's jolly on with the show, shall we? All right, the first thing I want to show you, if you've been following my Instagram or checking out my Ravelry group, you will know that my very first sweater design is currently being tested. I am so excited seeing some of the projects coming together. Yeah, it's awesome. And I'm yet to show my finished prototype on the podcast. I had it partly done last episode, but now I have it completed. So here is my finished blurred lines sweater. I am so excited about this. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm sorry if that sounds like a way big pat on the back to me. But I have been a little bit terrified about designing my very first jumper. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. Because sometimes you come up with ideas in your head and you can do all the drawings and calculations and things in the world, and then you do it and it's like, yeah, it's not quite how I imagined it. So this is exactly like I imagined it. I'm so happy. So I better stop talking and show it to you. So it's not quite going to fit, but it's got a nice, just a round neckline, simple yoke, and then blurs down into the second colour, and then goes back to the first colour with the ribbed hem. And I don't know if you can see, they're thumb holes on the cuff. I've always wanted to do that, so did that. It seemed pretty well received. I hope you like it. I'm really, really, really happy with this, and this is in Dingo Dye Works Ridgy-Didge, their fingering weight base from Peter, and in the colours Blue Gum and Gum Leaf, which I think go so beautifully together. You can see the gum leaf's a bit speckled. Like, how cool is that? I loved using this. It's crazy soft. You could wear this next to your skin, so I'm so happy with how just everything in this design has turned out. Like I said, it's being tested at the moment. If any of my testers are watching this, you guys are awesome. I cannot thank you enough for the help you've given me in getting this ready for publishing. Yeah, that's a massive commitment of yarn to trust to an untested design. You know, it's risky when you're testing sometimes, especially for such a large garment. So you guys are amazing, my testers. They're a great mob. And if you're interested in seeing some of the colours and seeing the progress of the testing, head over to my Ravelry group and just have a look at the test thread. They're coming together. A lot of people are down past the yoke now, seeing, you know, the changes of colours some have chosen. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying seeing it, so you might too. So this one only uses 2 colours. Some people have chosen to use 3. So where I've gone back to the first colour, they're going to introduce a 3rd. Theoretically, you could put as many colours in it as you like, but the pattern as written does like the 3 colour sections. So yeah, So there you go, that's my Blurred Lines sweater. I hope to have that available for you sometime in early January. We have my sister-in-law Michelle, who is my photographer extraordinaire, coming to visit in January. Not quite sure how I'm going to go modelling a full length, full long sleeve sweater in the middle of January in Canberra. Yeah, we might have to get a little creative there because if the weather's anything like today, and we sometimes get over 40 degrees in summer on some days, not all. Yeah, so that could be interesting. So once I get the photos done and provided all the testers have gotten back to me, I know it's a busy time of year, so I'm not going to pressure anybody. So mid to late January is the estimated release for that one, but of course I will let you know. Stay posted. So yeah, finished object number 1. So I'll just pop that up there. Now, aside from that, I've had a bit of an alpaca fest of late. Every single one, I'm pretty sure. Yes, every single one of the finished objects I have to show you is made from alpaca yarn that I got from One Tree Hill Alpacas. I talk about them all the time and I'm always raving about how soft they are, and that's because they are. If you haven't tried them yet, you really should. Angela dyes her yarns, Angela from One Tree Hill Alpaca. You can also get undyed bases from either Angela or direct from Adagio Mills. Very similar. I'm pretty sure Angela gets, at present, I'm pretty sure Angela gets her processing all done through Adagio. So pretty much same but different. Great stuff. So all of these things I have to show you are made with 100% alpaca. The first one though, I don't actually have here, but I did take photos of it. It was a sample of my hooked dragon shawl that I made for Angela to take to trade shows and things like that when she goes. And she currently has it. I had to give it to her for the last handmade market here in Canberra, which was last weekend. So she has that one already, but I took photos, so all going well, I will insert them here for you to have a look at. So there you go, that's my hooked dragon using alpaca, 100% alpaca. The purple was an unnamed colorway, and I can't remember the name of the light colored contrast, but I'll check it for you and I'll put it down below so you can so you know the name of that colorway, because that's one of Angela's colors, and if you wanted to order, you can get that from her. So that's alpaca project number 1. The rest of them are all a little bit similar. If you follow me on Instagram, you will also know that I have recently released a pattern collaboration that I had with Angela, hence all the making using her yarn. It was the Take 2 beanie. I showed you, I think, my first prototype last episode. I've made a lot more. Like, look, just a few. So there's 2 versions. If you haven't seen it already, it's available on Ravelry. I haven't yet added it to any of my other sale platforms, but it will be available there. And it is currently 20% off from my Ravelry store till, I think it's the 22nd or 23rd of December. I'll check that for you and put the details here. You don't need any code, just add it to your cart and it's automatically 20% off as an introductory price. The reason it was a pattern collaboration is because this was a design of Angela's that she makes herself all the time and sells beanies, but she can't read a pattern. And she's had tons of people ask for the pattern, so she asked me to write it up. And yeah, so her design, my instructions, and yeah, so we did that together. So, like I said, 2 people got together to make it, and there's 2 versions in the one pattern, so you really do get a good value for money. I think so anyway. So I will stop talking really fast and show you. How about that? So this one is for my dad. Very dad colours. I remember when I was a kid, my dad had a beanie almost exactly the same colour as this. So every time I look at it, it just reminds me of him getting ready to go fishing when I was a kid. So these were the colours he requested when I was going to make one for him. So this is the big man-sized head one. in, this is undyed yarn, so just colours straight from the animal, from the alpacas. And check out the crown. I really love the crown on these. It's super cool. So that's the one version with the basket weave pattern. The other version is this one. Here you go. How's this for opposite? This is the baby size. And this is the other version. So instead of changing to a basket weave after you've done the crown increases, you just continue. So I'm really, really happy with that. A friend of mine is expecting a baby boy in February. So this will probably fit Bubby once it starts getting cold. I'm hoping that's the plan. So yes, I made those two in the extremes. And then I also made these two. Now this is the one I showed you before. I think I had just finished it. So there's your basket weave. I'm afraid I can't tell you the colour of this one because it didn't have a name either. I bought it ages ago from Angela and it didn't have a name. And neither did this. And that's the other version. If you could, I really wish you could feel how soft this is. It is insanely soft. It's just so beautiful. And with the post stitches, it's super duper squishy and thick and warm, and it will be fantastic for the cold weather. So I'm pretty excited to have all these ready for next year. Normally I'm way behind, as you know. I never get ahead with my seasonal makes. Always seem to get to the season and go, ooh, I feel like I need to make a whatever, and that's never finished in time. So pretty happy that these will be ready for next year. Now, you may have noticed the pom-poms. Now, in the past, I have shown you pom-poms that I have made, and I am rubbish at pom-poms. But look at these. I mean, these are perfect pom-poms. The reason they're perfect pom-poms is because I had help this time. Well, different help. I had a different type of pom-pom maker before, which I meant to show you to compare. But it was one, and you could only really add yarn, like, it would only allow you to add half as much yarn, which is, it just was pathetic, sad pom-poms that were just floppy, and I could never get the big ball. Anyway, quite a while ago, I got myself these at one of the local craft shops. You know, I can't remember exactly which one it was. It was that long ago, and this is the first time I've actually used it, which is crazy, but that's what happens. So yeah, Clover pom-pom maker. I think you can get these in all different sizes, and I actually had to watch a YouTube video to work out how to use it. What did we do before YouTube? And the lady that was giving the instructions had a whole bunch of them, and apparently there's ones you can get that will make love heart shaped pom-poms and different shaped ones. So I've never seen those, but I have seen packs with different sizes in them, so quite little baby ones, and I think I got the middle size. I'm pretty sure there's a pack with two smaller than this one, and then there's another pack with larger ones again. But as you can see, the larger size frame, I don't really know what to call it, maker, pom-pom maker, makes this size, which they say is an 8.5 centimetre diameter, and that was the smaller one, so you can see the difference there. But I can finally make squishy, round, perfect pom-poms, so I want to put pom-poms on everything now. I was a bit sad that Dad didn't want a pom-pom. I was like, oh, but how good would this look with a giant cream pom-pom on it? So there you go anyway. So yeah, if you've ever thought about it, these were $14 at wherever I got it from. It doesn't even say it on the price tag. So that's $14 Australian. Not over the top. They're very well made, and yeah, I'm really happy with the pom-poms they make. So yeah. So there you go. That's all my finished objects. Like, not too bad. One, two. What have I got? I've got 4 hats here, plus pom-poms, plus my sweater, plus I did a shawl. So I was a little busy. Yeah, been having fun. I only have one whip to show you at the moment. You know I've got heaps of them, but there's only one new thing and one thing that looks anything different to show you. So, excuse me, a while ago I showed you an experiment I was doing making a sock, a crochet sock, a brioche crochet sock, no less. So I've been having a bit more of a play. I started another one because, of course, you know, why finish the first one when you can start a fresh one? Anyway, so here is my new one, which this one's using Bendigo Woolen Mills. So this is their luxury 4-ply base, and this is their sock yarn. I think that's just what they call it on the website, just their self-striping sock yarn, because it's not really striped, it's more colour changing. I suppose it depends on how wide a circumference you're making something as to how wide or narrow the stripes are. But yeah, this is my brioche sock. So that's the front. So the top of the foot's got the squishy brioche, and then the back, or the underfoot, has stripes. So I'll try and turn it, hang on. There we go. So top and sole. So there you go. I was hoping to have the heel turned by the time I podcast. I actually got to the bit where I added the heel and tried it on my foot, and it was too long. I actually had started the gusset increases too late, so I had to rip it back, and I haven't had a chance to get back to it for you. So that was a bit of a bummer. So I'm hoping to have a whole sock to show you next time, maybe even a pair. That's getting hopeful, isn't it? And I also have an idea for a new brioche mitt pattern. So these are some of the things going through my head at the moment, but yeah, pretty happy with how that's turning out. And it's, I don't know if you remember, ages ago I was talking about the feel of knitted handmade socks, excuse me, and while I love the few pairs of knitted socks I've made, they just seem to be quite loose. So don't know if that's just what happens to socks. Even when I make them quite, you know, I'm talking they were quite firm on my foot when you first put them on, but as soon as you walked around in them for a few minutes, they just feel really, really loose. And I don't think I can make them any tighter without either making them difficult to put on or, I don't know. Anyway, whether it's just the difference between how stretchy crochet is, I really like how this feels. And I think I might have mentioned that last time with the other version of this. Anyway, I'll just be repeating myself over, sorry about that. But yeah, really like how firm they are, and I'm hoping that they won't stretch to, I mean, they've got to have stretch in them, but to the point where they just feel loose. I don't like that in a sock. Because even with my commercial socks, I like them firm on my foot. I don't like it if they feel like they're flopping around down there. That doesn't sound right, does it? Moving on. That is my one and only whip, and I've just dropped the yarn. So yeah, I can't believe that's only the one thing. I still have my other blurred lines prototype to work on. I had to, would you believe, not even following my own instructions, I had to rip it back a bit because I'd gone too far without doing the decreases in the body. I got a little bit excited and just kept going round and round and round. So I had to undo some, can you believe that? So yeah, that actually is still shorter than the last time you saw it. So I haven't got any other makes to show you, which isn't that bizarre? But while I'm talking my socks, this is what they've been living in. I'll just casually lean over and grab my very awesome, can you say that? Very awesome? I don't know, qualifying an adjective? It is awesome. Lola Star Creates bag. How cute is that? Laura, who is Lola Star Creates on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure she's that. I'm pretty sure that's what her Etsy shop is too. I'll put the details down below. Has started making project bags. So I had to grab one. And how cute is the fabric? Like, that's just beautiful. I love that. And we've got feathers on the inside too. Hang on, I'll just look at the, I don't know if you can see it properly, but they're feathers on the inside as well. And I even got a little butterfly stitch marker on the zipper, which I thought was cool. So yeah, if you want to check out a new bag maker, especially if you're in Australia, because I know sometimes, you know, if you're ordering from overseas, sometimes the postage can be a little bit prohibitive. I think I've got alpaca fibres floating around now. Yeah, check out her shop. She's got all sorts of different fabrics to choose from and updates pretty regularly at the moment. And I'm really happy with that. Thanks, Laura. It's awesome. So yeah, go check out her shop. So while I'm talking new acquisitions, I have made a few, just a few. You know I'm lying. I've made quite a few. I'm not going to show you them all. While I was in Sydney a while ago, I dropped in to see the lovely ladies at Skein Sisters, which if you haven't visited, it's not good. Especially if you're local to Sydney, you've got to go. It's an awesome, awesome store. Beautiful products. You've just got to go. And while I was there, I bought one of these. How cute is that little pin? Pins seem to be all the rage at the moment. Everyone's buying pins everywhere. So of course I'm just, you know, going with the trend. But I just thought that was super cute. So I also bought one for you guys. So I'm not sure. I'm going to organize another crochet along at some point. So this will be included in one of the giveaways, I'm sure. But I thought I'd show it to you. It's adorable, isn't it? Like a little crochet hook through a ball of yarn. Huh. I thought it was cute anyway. So that was one of the things I got. I did buy yarn. I mean, hello. Of course I bought yarn. But I won't show you today. I'll show you when I start working it up. It's beautiful. I got myself some Wren and Ollie sock yarn and it's lovely. That was a bit teasing of me, wasn't it? Telling you how lovely it was and then not showing you, but you'll see it eventually. The other acquisition I am going to share with you is actually a couple. I ordered a sock blank a while ago, and this thing is just, when I saw it on Instagram, I thought, you've got to be kidding me, that's amazing. And when I got it, it still just blew me away. I'll tell you who it's from first because I don't want to forget. So this is the card, Joyance, I want to say. She's on Etsy, Joyance Fibre Arts. I'll put her details below so you can check it out. But a little, I don't know if you could see there, hang on, I'll cover up my face. I've got a little bicycle progress keeper, which is very fitting because Valerie, yeah, it is Valerie, is based in Amsterdam. So of course it's a bicycle. But considering that it came all the way from Amsterdam to Australia, when I saw the price, and for what it was, definitely it was worth it, but the shipping wasn't exorbitant, which was a nice change when you're, you know, shipping international. But seriously, how could I resist this? Look at this sock blank. What? I just don't even know how she did this. Seriously. So she's got a little tag. That's a little sticker. Oh, it was a little sticker. There's a little sticker on the end to show you which end to start from. This is just a single strand sock blank. Sometimes you can get them double stranded if you've never used them before, so that you can make two identical whatevers if you're making socks, I guess, in particular. So this is just a single strand one. But the detail in this is insane. And of course, I don't know if you can make out the word, it does say sweater weather. And these are actual sweater patterns that you can buy on Ravelry. Like, there's Joji Locatelli's Boxy, and there's Sunset Highway, and I can't remember the name of this, but I think that's Vera. Anyway, you can, yeah, so you can actually make all these sweaters in like from real patterns, and she's duplicated them, or you know, I don't know the word I'm using. She's pictured them on here, and the colours are just stunning. I'll stop waving it around, I'm so sorry, but it is just beautiful. I love these pops of sort of peach, and this colourway is so my jam. And can you tell that it's got, can you tell there's sparkle in that? It's got sparkle in it. You know how I feel about sparkle. So beautiful. I have no idea what I'm going to make with it. I just know that I absolutely love it. I know following Valerie on Instagram that she updates every now and again, and she seems to do a lot of seasonal things. Like this was, you know, leading into the northern winter when she brought this out, and I know she's released others for the different holidays and things like that. But this one, I just couldn't resist it. It came at the time she did exactly the same pattern, design on another one, but it was all like blues and yeah, like I think of, you know, Snow Queen. I'm thinking, what's that movie that the kids are singing? Frozen? Yeah. Anna? No. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. Did I say that loud? Sorry. But you know what it's like, if you've got small children and they have a favourite movie and it's a musical, gets in your brain. Anyway, totally unrelated. Yeah, the other sock blank, or the other design, was all icy blues, and yeah, it was just stunning. I almost bought both, but I thought, no, this colour's more me, so left it for someone else, as was my good deed for that day. So yeah, a couple of new things. I'm just gonna restart my camera. Excuse me. Back. I also have a couple more new things. I'm just gonna check my, I should have done it while I had the camera off, shouldn't I? That would have been good. Yeah, I think I've told you about most things. That's good. Excellent. So I have another new thing. It's not yarn. I'm showing you this time. Remember a while ago I got a couple of furls hooks? Well, they have had some awesome sales lately, so I got myself one of their new purple sparkle hooks. I love this so much. I don't know if it's really showing. There is sparkle in the handle. It's so cool. Don't know if that's focusing properly, I can't tell. But I love these hooks. I really do. Yeah, what can I say? They do take a little getting used to, because they are very different to hold than other hooks. They're longer, they're a little heavier, but I don't think that's a negative. It sounds like it is, but it's not. They feel very balanced in my hand. They're slightly rounder on the top, which is, now that I've had a chance to use them a lot more, because I made all of the hats using it, and I'm using it for the sock. So I've done quite a bit of, you know, different yarn weights, different size hooks. So I've had a chance to have quite a play with them, and I do love them still. But yeah, a little bit blunt, more rounded. I won't say blunt, but more rounded on the top. So that's something a little different. And the only negative thing I can say, and I don't like being negative, but this is an observation and I'm not making it up. They don't have the sizes anywhere on the hook except for a teeny tiny, is that going to focus? Can you see the little sticker on the end there? I don't know if you can. Anyway, there's a teeny tiny round sticker at the base of the hook with the letter. So it doesn't even have like the, you know, millimeter size. It's the A, like B, C, D, E hooks, which I have to look up to know what's what. So I think it's a bit of a bummer. I don't know why they don't have it on their hooks, because they're timber hooks because they've released a whole bunch of new designs of late, and with a whole heap of promotion. So definitely check out their site because I believe they're adding more new stuff in the not too distant future too. And their timber ones have got this beautiful embossed, you know, the Furls logo in the handle, the timber ones that are this same shape, with the little Furls symbol, the F, and the size. So I don't know whether it's to do with the fact that it's the acrylic handle and they can't do that, I don't know. But I'm considering taking mine to get them engraved somewhere, like just somewhere at the bottom, because unless you actually line them all up close together, it's hard to tell. And not all, I got a needle gauge and some of them fit into the holes for a needle gauge. You know how you get those acrylic things? I've got one here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Insert, you know, elevator music here. Sorry about that, people. I bought one of these while I was at Skein Sisters as well. You totally can't see that. Okay. But that's a funky, I think a Hedgehog Fibers put these out, I think. I'm not sure. But you know, so it's got the holes. So this one happens to fit through. So I know this is a 3.5. But one of my other sizes does not fit into what should be is designated hole because the hook part's too large. So yeah, bit of a bummer there. But I still love them. I'm willing to put up with that. And who knows, they may change that later. I'm sure I'm not the only person that's kind of said, how come there's no sizes? Because this sticker's just not going to last. Not with how often I use crochet hooks anyway. So, but I do love them, and the purple handles are totally funky, so. Who doesn't love some purple sparkly crochet hook handles? The other thing I wanted to show you, and again, I just wish you could feel this stuff. It's such a shame. Is some more alpaca from One Tree Hill. Okay, I've raved about it enough, but I have a new design that I'm working on, and I needed something that was quite drapey. I started making up a prototype using some Malabrigo and I think some Bendigo Woolamills, something or other I had in stash. And mainly because they were the two colours that I had enough yarn if I was going to continue and make the whole thing. But it wasn't drapey enough. So I'm going to have a bit of an experiment. I may go up a hook size. I'm raving about something you haven't even seen. In any case, I decided alpaca could be the go for this new and upcoming fabulous design I'm working on. So these are the two colours I chose. Cover my eyes up. Look at those. These are undyed. So I don't know if they're sort of, I'm not going to say tweedy, but what is it when it's got like a couple of colours? I'll put it really close. These just glow. I absolutely love both of them. So there's no colourway name. It's purely, this is the blend that came out of the mill from the natural fleece. It's so soft. Oh, just, yeah, I'll stop raving about it. You'll probably get sick of me saying how soft it is. But hey, not everyone has a local yarn store, but sometimes it's risky buying online. So, you know, I would say with confidence, you could order online from One Tree Hill Alpaca and be delighted with how soft it is. So it's worth it. So anyway, I got that. But when I went out to get it, because we had, as I mentioned, Angela had a stand at the handmade market here in Canberra over the weekend, and I told her that I wanted to, or I was there and I saw her and we were looking at some colours for this design that I've got in mind, and she said, oh look, don't choose here, because it was inside and it was under, you know, artificial light too, and she said if you really want to be sure about the colours you've chosen, she said come out to the farm, because she only lives half an hour away. So I rang her up on the very next day, on Monday, and yeah, she said come on out. So the girls and I went out to Angela's farm, and I'll put the video in here. It was so fun. Thank you so much, Angela, if you end up watching this. I just thought I'd go out there and, oh yeah, it'd be nice, we can take a few photos of the alpacas, but we got to feed them and have a bit of a cuddle of a brand new baby boy, which was so, I look like a little school kid, but it was really, really fun. The girls had a ball, and I'll put some video in of what we did when we were out there now, and Angela's going to be so cross because she hates her photo being taken. So, sorry Ange, you're in some of this.
Everyone have a turn. In line, in line. I think I just swallowed a bug.
I swallow flies all the time, darling. It's a bit of protein.
Freckles eats the flies, Piper.
Yes.
They must be
Yeah,
tasty.
we're opposite of human.
He's not. No, he drinks milk, darling.
Oh.
So put the bucket down. Just come and stand on this side with me. Put the bucket down. Come around here. Come around this side. Yep, put your arm around the baby. Kneel down. Sit down. Arm around baby. Smile at mum.
Look at those eyelashes. What's going on, Pipes?
Alright. Yeah, have you guys not have your tummy full? Oh! Seriously?
Oh, did they just blow kisses to you, Piper?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to call it?
Oh, spitting kisses, yeah, lovely.
Yummy.
I got snotted.
You got snotted?
By what?
An alpaca!
Oh,
I think I got
nice.
as you do.
As you do, that's it.
So there you go. How adorable are alpacas? Like, seriously. The eyelashes, they're just so cute, and they make this weird sort of grunting and honking. I'll call it honking. I don't know, but it's not a bleat like a sheep. It's something quite unique. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was quite hot that day, and a bit bright. You probably noticed from the girls' faces in some of the photos, but yeah, it was really fun. So picked up the yarn, had a bit of an alpaca cuddle, which was nice too. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have as far as show and tell items go. One thing I wanted to share with you now, if you only crochet, this may not apply to you, but remember last time when I was showing the beginnings of this prototype, and I was talking about striping two colours together and how I like doing it in a spiral so that there's no obvious, I don't like seams. If I can avoid a seam, I'll do what I can to avoid a seam, and I just, yeah, it makes a nice smooth transition. I got a message from Anne, who is One More Row on Instagram and Ravelry. Anyway, met Anne, she's lovely. Anyway, she messaged me, she'd seen the episode, and she said, for the knitters, like this is, you know, doing the spiraling with crochet I talked about, but if you're a knitter as well, definitely Google Helix knit. Yeah, I'm just making sure I've got it right. It is, yes, Helix knitting. I'll put a link to the video that Anne sent me. It does the same thing but with knitting. This is mainly for if you're doing it in the round, not for rows, because rows don't matter, you can just carry it up the sides. But this is when you're going in the round and you don't want any obvious anyone to know where you're changing colours or where you're changing skeins. Because even when it's the same colour, just that little change, you can tell where it is. It tends to pull, well, when I do it, I don't know, maybe you're all better than me and it doesn't do this. Anyway, all of this will make so much more sense when you watch the video. But the other thing that it does when you change, if you've got two different colours and you're striping in knitting, is you've got that little jog, like you've got one row here and then the next row starts, and it's... I'm not explaining myself very well at all. Anyway, check out the video about Helix knitting. It fixes all these problems. This is what I'm trying to say. Sorry. I had never heard of such a thing, and when I watched the video it made so much sense, and I don't know why it isn't written into every knitting pattern ever that has stripes and is done in the round. Seriously, it was that mind-blowing. It really was. It will change how you do everything from now on if you're striping or even alternating skeins, because it stops that obvious jog. And then, you know, on the inside you've got that line where you've run the, you know, alternated between your two strands. You've got to check it out. Go have a look. It's well worth it. But it sort of does, it's a similar concept to, you know, crocheting one row on top of the other, hence the phrase helix knitting. So maybe I should call it helix crochet when I stripe like that. I don't know. Anyway, check it out. Thank you, Anne, for that tip. If I am knitting and doing stripes or anything from now on, I am definitely going to use that method. It was great. So, that's all I have for you. I hope, wherever you are, what you have planned over the holiday period, you enjoy time with your family. Please be safe. We have a lot of time planned with family, so I'm really looking forward to that, as well as time off work for Darren, so we'll all be together, which will be really, really nice. So yeah, stay safe everybody, and enjoy whatever holidays you have at the moment. Yeah, I hope to have a bit more to show you next time, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Here you go, there should be enough. Alright, just pop, yeah, just pop now, just make sure it doesn't bounce. That's it. That's it. Oh! Snotted. Yeah, it's too close to the baby. Because I looked and I know that a human had it.
Yes, it must have been you.
Come on, Mum.
Oh my goodness, hang on. I don't know where I'm going to cut this back in. Editing's going to be a nightmare this time.